WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
This is SportsCenter.
Good morning, I'm Doug Brown. Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins says he might have re-signed with the Vikings last year if he had known Atlanta would take quarterback Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th overall pick. On the Netflix series Quarterback, Cousins says he felt a little bit misled. In San Diego Monday night, the Diamondbacks beat the Padres 6-3, but Pod's third baseman Manny Machado gets 3 hits, including the 2,000th of his career. He's the 5th active player to reach 2K. Quarterfinal action at Wimbledon today. American Taylor Fritz is up 2-1 on Karen Khachanov. Women's top seed Arina Sabalenka is down a set against 37-year-old Laura Siegemund. Live quarterfinal coverage right now on ESPN and ESPN2.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The Tom Abraham Show. Weekdays beginning at noon on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV. Joe Hunk. John Abraham. 256-576-4977. Welcome to the Blitz.
Hello and welcome in to the show with John Abraham Capital alongside Joe Hunk for 2 hours straight of sports talk, goofs, gaffs, and all of that good stuff as you expect here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and the Blitz, and also on ESPN Winchester and WZZN TV. You guys can either call into the show 256-576-97.7, or you can hop in on our YouTube, our Facebook, or our X by hopping into the comments and typing down whatever floats your boat, whatever's going on through your mind, whether you're looking at, well, Big 12 Media Days that's getting rolling today. We're going to look at some of the teams there like we did with the SEC just yesterday on the Tom Abraham Show, which, yes, we are going to be here for 4 more hours. Tom Abraham Show going to be live from Baumhauer's. You can look forward to Joe and Steve on location. Well, I'll still be in the studio, which is probably for the best. Let's just be honest. I mean, you guys will bring me food, right? I'll
bring you as much as y'all always bring me.
Oh, well, I'll just rely on Steve then.
That'd be the best option.
But I'm still feeling a little under the weather, Joe. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to say my throat felt tighter than ever. And I took some cold and flu medicine. Woke up feeling great. I'm energized. I've got 6 hours for today on air. Obviously, did you earlier with Talking Ball,
That's
the first 2 hours. Now it's the next 2 hours, and then Tom Abraham Show at noon. So look forward to all of the fun to come here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, as well as the drive later today with Steve. And I believe Drew's going to be back on that with him, as they were out at Jefferson's yesterday. On Winchester.
Right across from the Walmart.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely.
I've gone to Jefferson's once, and this was actually in Winchester, Tennessee, right off of the square. And I got to admit, Joe, they got some really good chicken fingers. They got some really good chicken sandwiches, and their fries are amazing. And if this new Winchester Road location is as similar as it was to the Winchester, Tennessee location, let's just say there's plenty of TVs around to watch all of the sports that you guys want to watch, which includes a lot of baseball that we were having a little bit of fun with yesterday. Not too much. I think the fun comes back today with the Yankees and the Braves. Yeah, Braves with the Nationals.
Yankees first.
I mean, neither of these teams are doing too well right now, okay? And those are the two teams that we love to represent.
Is in the playoffs right now. One team has an opportunity at having at least a top 3 pick in the draft next year.
You're not wrong.
Which one do we want to complain about?
You're not wrong, but both of these teams, their last 10 to 20 games, I could say, have not been so pretty. I'll say that much. And
well, you shouldn't trash talk Toronto.
Well,
I mean,
it's a good team. It is.
Now we talk about they're a good team after saying, this is a playoff team. This is not a team that could lead the AL East, blah, blah, blah. And now there is. Again, fun, not so much. There's some questions that obviously in the 10 o'clock hour I've got for a lot with the Atlanta Braves because they are heading up to the West Coast, which means if you choose to end your night in misery, you can watch that beginning at 9 p.m. If you actually have the ability to watch it, or you can just listen to it on 97.7 ESPN The Zone or ESPN Winchester. Those are the ways that you could do that. That's good. Again, it depends on how you like to end your evening. Some people like a horror movie. You can go ahead and watch one. It's called Braves Baseball right now. So, hey, there you go.
Some people are diehard fans, Joe. They stick with their team thick and thin.
And that's going to be me, okay? Like, I will sit and I will watch this game and I will have it on and I will pay attention to every single second of it, at least until I go, okay, the Braves are screwed. So that's at least how I would normally do it.
Playing the Athletics, Joe.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. No, you're also going up against a pitcher where the A's have won 3 of their last 4 starts for.
Yeah.
So, there's some of that stuff as well. So just because the A's are one of the worst teams in baseball, well, so the Braves. So let's hold off as you're basically playing with the AAA team with all the injuries. So why not go to a AAA ballpark? Because that's where you're going to be heading to.
Well, at least they got the Vegas patches now, Joe, and that's their future. And of course,
they do. They have the Vegas patch. They have a Sacramento patch. Literally.
The only thing they don't have is an Oakland representation.
I'm really honestly shocked that they don't have a GoFundMe so that they can get to Vegas sooner. I mean, look, at least Vegas, if you wanted to strike a deal, I forget what their name is now. It used to be something like the Aliens or something like that. But if you wanted to strike a deal, why not just go ahead and move and play at the AAA affiliate with the Vegas?
I'm pretty sure that field's like decrepit.
No, it's actually where the AAA World Series is. They don't call it the World Series, but the AAA championship game. They play it in Vegas.
I was getting mixed up with the Vegas Vipers stadium that they were playing in.
Oh no,
which was, I mean, again, this is going back to where I think they were XFL team. They were playing in an old minor league baseball field, and it looked terrible. But it's probably a different one. They honestly should strike a deal.
Aviators.
But
they're now named the Aviators.
Ground has been broken, though, for the Athletics' new stadium. So that's something to look forward to in the next 4, 5, 6 years. By the time that's made, I'm going to be 31. So let's just hold off on that one.
Old decrepit age over there, aren't you? Not even going to be able to get on a plane just because your blood's going to be too thin. You may pass out in the air and never come back down.
Only thing I'll be able to do is rent a car, so then I could
finally,
go to Vegas. I like to stay on the ground.
Las Vegas 51s. That's what they were named. It was because of Area 51.
Of course.
Yeah, but no, is the stadium that they play in. It's called Cashman. It's a unique looking baseball field, but the way that AAA baseball is set up and the way that the AA baseball is set up, you could try to move your schedule around so that the A's play at home and all of that the same weekends that the Aviators are on the road. They're the affiliate of the A's now, which I don't know how that's going to work out, because that's what we've been talking about with Nashville, is that if you were to move a major league team to Nashville, you can't have a minor league team and a major league team within certain mileage of each other. So I don't know how that's going to work unless it's kind of a grandfathered in thing. But yeah, just go ahead and move into Las Vegas, because this Sacramento stuff is absolutely just pathetic.
Yeah.
You don't realize how well a major league stadium is lit up with lighting until you watch a AAA ball game. Just wait until you watch this tonight. That's just the biggest takeaway I've seen out of all the A's games that I've watched so far this year. Because again, nighttime baseball, turn on them or turn it on the Angels. Mm-hmm. That stadium, you will look at it and go, oh, wow, yeah, there's a massive difference between playing AAA and playing Major League Baseball.
They don't have the LED lights at the capacity that other teams do.
They have lighting. It's just
they'd have lighting, Joe.
I'm just saying they have like LED lighting and all of this, but they just don't have the type of lighting that a major league stadium has.
Yeah, and the new athletic stadium, whenever it is made in Las Vegas, it's going to be legit. I mean, it's going to be shaped like the half of a baseball, and it's just going to be plopped down. And I think this is just the way that Vegas wants to kind of go. A lot of this futuristic construction, and of course, they want to try and bring more people in because that's what Vegas is all about. It's just odd to me. Looking at the A's and looking at Las Vegas, it just does not seem like a fit that's going to work. And maybe you need to
about the Raiders. But look, again,
I don't know about that.
With the Raiders, with the Knights, I mean, you can even look at what WNBA has been doing in Las Vegas. Like, honestly, isn't like the WNBA team? Isn't there like the
Aces? They're really good.
The best they're like the best team in the WNBA, right?
But then those teams, you could still. I mean, black and gray, that can match with Vegas. The vibes of Vegas. I look at the green and the yellow, though. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is Oakland. I can't think of anything else.
Well, it's again like the Raiders. People will ask like, oh, when I think of the Raiders, I think of Oakland. Well, did you think of LA? Did you think like people like with the A's? Okay, people don't realize this because we've thought about with the A's and the history that they've had in Oakland and for how long they were actually in the city. Yeah. Let's not act like they weren't also in Kansas City. They also weren't in Philadelphia. Like, it's not like they've been the Oakland A's since the beginning of time. Like the city of Oakland was just basically just the newest girl for Oakland that they stayed with for the longest time with the Athletics. Same way with the Raiders. The Raiders are basically like that boyfriend that just kept going back to each ex. Hey, I want to go to LA. Hey, now I want to go to Oakland. Hey, now I want to go back to LA. Hey, I want to go to Oakland. Ooh, there's Vegas. Let's go over there to her.
Open for us.
She's had a lot of plastic surgery. Let's go have her. Like, that's the way that they are. That's how the Raiders have been. That's how the A's are. They've moved across the country.
But I
don't think honestly, outside the Raiders, has there been another sports franchise that has moved as much as the A's have? I cannot think of one.
There's a few you could
most
probably
would move
out.
from one location to another.
I'd like to hear what the listeners
A's,
think.
They moved from Philly to KC to Oakland, now to Sacramento, then to Vegas. Like, they've moved a lot.
If you peel back the onion layers for some franchises, you might be able to find it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The Athletics have been constantly on the move for their entire inception.
The other part with this, with the A's, and which also really benefits with what type of baseball that they play. Right now in the state of California, state income tax is 13%. Oof. In Vegas, it's below 5%. Now, it's not a total, or I should say that's Utah. In Nevada, there's none.
Really?
So that another reason why you see teams wanting to move to Vegas and players wanting to go to Vegas, no state income tax.
But Joe,
Texas, Tennessee, and
Tennessee.
Florida.
No, I liked it in Tennessee.
I love it in Tennessee. Nice. Oh, the amount of money I got, I was making less money than I was anywhere else, and I was making more. Like, those are the states that you go, hold up, that may not be that bad. Like, I can do Vegas. But
put these teams next to each other, okay? There's one that's going to be the odd man out. And I know that you're going to say, well, it's the newest one. Of course, it's going to take some time to get used to. But you think of it. You got the Vegas Knights, all right, over in hockey. Looks like a team, very shiny, very flashy. That's Vegas.
Well, and it also doesn't hurt that they went to the Stanley Cup the very first year.
Right out the gates.
Yeah.
The Raiders, I can see where you're coming from. It's not very colorful, but it is a little bit more.
It brought it every.
Those fans are pretty Vegas.
Raiders
are
much. just like the Cowboys. Like, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, again, trust me, you know your Raider fans when they're in Huntsville. Like, we know who the Raider fans are in Huntsville.
No doubt about it.
So it's not hard to figure out.
Then you got the Aces. I feel like they fall into a Vegas thing that's WNBA for us. Of course, we can't really relate to it too much.
But at the same time, they win.
But they do win, and they fit in with the style of Vegas. I mean, there's a lot of teams that I'm seeing moving to Vegas that match the ideals of what Vegas is. I look at the Athletics. I don't think so. I think it's an old man looking to try and revamp its own thing. I don't think this is going to be a team that stays in Vegas for very long.
Well, they better stay in it for a while because they're building a brand new stadium.
Well, let's just say, look,
it's not like they're taking over the AAA stadium and building around it. They are building a brand new facility right in the heart of the Strip.
Very expensive stadium at that. And it's only going to seat 33,000 people. So, take that into account whenever we're looking at it. The actual building itself is a lot bigger than what the stands are actually going to show.
You think, again, if you're a baseball fan, getting a hotel at the MGM Grand, the Luxor, like those types of places, that is not just within walking distance, like that is right across the street from where this is going to be. I would say some of the other hotels around there, New York, but some of them places, they're cool looking, but they just really need to be updated.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's where Vegas is cool, especially now as well, because they do have like the monorail and things along those lines that move you around the city. That's kind of cool. Vegas is a place that this stadium is going to have fans. It may be like it was in Nashville in the early 2000s, where it's a ton of different fans that are coming in. You may at points in time have more away fans than home fans like you do at Vandy games, but you're going to have fans because there's always something to do in Vegas. Like if I were to say, hey, John, let's get everybody together. Let's go take a trip to Vegas. We're going to have a lot more fun than we're going to be able to fill up every single night with something.
You're not wrong.
You know
but when are you going to bring up, let's go to the A's game? I'd rather go to the casino. I mean, I don't know. There's a few comedy skits going on.
The Braves game. The A's game is basically just your appetite. That's your pregame, man.
I guess it eases you in.
Especially if you're a guy that has the money and you can get the suite and you know that some of the casinos are going to be buying up some of those suites so they can give it to some of their higher rollers. Like, hey, man, you've been spending a lot of money here. Let's give you a night at the A's game. We've got the suite for you. You could go over there, enjoy a meal, come back over. We get you drinks, like all that. Next thing you know, they're back in the MGM Grand at the tables. Like that's exactly what you're going to be doing.
I hope I run into Carrot Top. I'm going to be real with you. just gonna run into some of these.
There's ugly people characters in Vegas, but I'm pretty sure he's still going to stand out. You are going to see that stadium is going to have a lot of fans. Period. It's always just going to be your appetizer because again, game starts at 6 or 7 o'clock. It ends around 9:30. A lot of the shows in Vegas don't even start until 10, 11 o'clock. Sometimes a lot of the parties don't start till 10, 11 o'clock. So that's your pregame right there. Then you go over and have fun.
Vegas would be a fun trip, Joe. We should set that up. Regardless of that, the Braves aren't playing in Vegas today. No. They're playing in Sacramento.
No, they go to Sacramento. All those great things that we just said about you can do in Vegas. Yeah, let's not worry about those.
I know.
You're going to Sacramento, where that Railroad Museum is the number one attraction.
Golly. Gotta love it.
Enjoy Sacramento.
I love that. We hyped that up for nothing. Regardless, you guys can also start saving some money on some zone deals we got going on. Head on over to 977ESPN.com. Click on the Big Zone Deals banner, and you'll be taken right into, I would say, Huntsville heaven, because you can get Full Moon, you can get Bad Daddies, you can get Flow Supreme Air, all of that great stuff for half off or more, because we do have deals quite a bit more than you would think, deals that go past the half off mark. But Joe, you got yourself a new game yesterday. I
did.
And you've played extensively already from what you've told me.
Well, I was texting you. I was texting you earlier in the day, and I will tell you about when we come back, because it is a rite of passage for many males across the country that when this game drops, it is like heaven. That's how it was for decades before Ed O'Bannon screwed everything up. But now we have it back, and honestly, it is much better than what it was when we were, 10 and 15 years ago, because now you're not playing with QB 11. You're playing with an actual player, and the game itself has improved. I'll explain when we come back. Spent many hours on that game yesterday afternoon once I got home. And if you're wondering about if you should buy it for quote unquote your kids, I'll let you know when we come back on ESPN Winchester, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, WZZN TV, and The Blitz.
Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. This is The Blitz on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up and temperatures going down right now, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bad compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490.
AL certain number 21014.
There's a lot of talk these days about who's the biggest. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. Bigger doesn't equal better.
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. We know we're not the biggest. We don't want to be.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're big enough to handle your case and get you the help you need.
But small enough to welcome you, where you're never just a number. You're part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm, 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead, ran away, and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
Your Fox 54 weather, brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. Mostly sunshine expected for this Tuesday. Rain chances start to increase heading into the afternoon, potentially a few thunderstorms as well. High temperatures reaching the low 90s. Heading into Tuesday night, we'll keep isolated showers and a few thunderstorms in the forecast. Low temperatures fall into the low 70s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello, welcome back into the show. John Abraham, Joe Hunk here with you on the Blitz. Appreciate you guys chilling with us. Joe, we're going on like a year of this show being just me and you. Think about that. We're getting close. Look, no, we're not even close to that. But it's coming to a year where you've joined the show.
It is, because I joined right after week 1 of the regular season.
Yeah, so football season coming up, about to be August, about to be feeling that fall wind come in, and it's about to be really amazing. But
I'll tell you,
it still feels like a while until then.
It is, but I will also say that between high school football and UAH, as well as with Havoc hockey and stuff, it was cool for me yesterday because once the show wrapped up, I looked at my emails and I'd gotten an email from UAH about, hey, what's your availability, coming up in the fall?
Yeah,
with the two fall sports that UAH has, men and women's soccer as well as volleyball. And I went, you know what? This is actually, now I'm starting to think about this and go, hey, we're almost there.
We're getting there.
Like the first sporting event at UAH, I believe, is like September 4th. But still, the fact that we're now planning that far out, I was going, all right,
yeah,
like we're almost back to a norm. Like it has been cool over the summer because my son's been off this summer, and it's been really fun to go home, play games with him, hang out with him and all that. And in fact, because I know he's watching, he asked me to showcase something to my friends.
Oh,
okay. Because he yesterday went to the movies with his cousin. It is, safe to say, his favorite cousin.
What did he watch?
He went to see Elio, which is a new kids movie that's out from Pixar.
Uh-huh.
And so he went with her to see that. And then they went shopping and he got himself a toy. Now he brings it home and he says, hey, I don't know what this is. It looked cool. I don't know what it is. So he wanted to ask me what it was. So I explained it to him and he goes, oh, this is cool. I was like, yeah, it absolutely is. He goes, can you take it to work tomorrow and show everybody on WZZN TV to show your friends to let them know what the toy that I just got.
Okay.
So I said, I will absolutely do that.
A little show and tell.
This little show and tell. He wanted me to show my friends this new toy that he got. And I thought to myself, honestly, I'm kind of a fan of how awesome it is. So I did. I brought it.
Okay,
hold on.
I'll be looking. Okay.
Honestly, I walked right past you earlier, and you never even looked up, so you never even saw it. It was out. I was walking in, so
I was pretty zoned out.
You really, honestly, were. So my son walks in, and he has this.
What?
Yes,
I know exactly what that is.
He has this. This is the new toy. Okay. Now it has some writing on it.
Don't take it to school, kid.
It has some lettering. No, he absolutely can't take this to school. But he was asking me, what is this from? And I was like, son, oh son, if you have never seen this movie, you have yet to see this movie.
Autobots, roll out.
Wrong.
Damn it. What are we talking about?
No, I would have thought that because of the weird writing that is on the sword. Right here. You can't really see it that well on Zone TV.
I would think it's Bumblebee. Bumblebee's got like some sort of switchblade, you know?
You're right. This is actually from the Power Rangers movie. This is the Yellow Ranger. See, see the eyes.
The really cool Power Rangers movie that came out?
The new Power Ranger movie that came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's crazy.
It is kind of crazy to say where like the Red Ranger is the guy from Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. Like it's him. This is when they finally morph, which apparently took like an hour and a half of the 2 hours for them to finally figure out how to morph. When they finally morph, they all have swords. This was the sword. So he gets this thing, and he is like, this is the coolest thing. So now, last night, I got him to start watching the first Power Ranger movie, which definitely needs a sequel, by the way. It absolutely needs a sequel. It is way better than people bash it for. So this is the new toy, and he wanted me to show my friends. Okay. So I brought this, and my wife is actually FaceTiming me right now, as a matter of fact, so I have no clue what this is going on.
It's probably going to be Ollie.
It probably is going to be Ollie. Like, it's probably going to be my son, so I'm trying to pick up the FaceTime as my wife is calling me as I'm showcasing this.
I love live radio, baby.
But this is the new toy that he got, and he is learning about the Power Rangers.
Gotcha.
And I am all about it, man. So who's the leader? I was like, well, Red Ranger starts out as the leader. So what do you mean then? I was like, son, you don't understand what happened over the course of 5 days when Tommy and the Green Ranger took over. You have no idea what that did to this childhood of mine. Okay. Then the White Ranger came.
Oh, he was cool.
I mean, look, trust me. Okay. Like, you have no idea, but the movie itself is so cool. Very slow in the beginning, but if you go into the sequel, if they get a sequel, it's going to be so much better.
I love how we're talking about a movie that came out 4 or 5 years ago.
I know, but
maybe
look
even
at the
longer.
toy you just got.
Like 2014 is when I'm thinking that movie might have dropped. All right, so we're talking about an ancient movie.
When did the
right
Power
now.
Ranger movie come out? Okay, so son,
Where did he even get the toy?
I don't know.
Okay, his friend must have gave it to him or something, or his cousin,
his favorite cousin, who we call Sissy, came out in 2017.
Okay, a little bit later.
It has almost been a decade since that movie came out. It is way better than people give it credit for. It was just extremely slow.
It's when fidget spinners were at their all-time high.
Really?
Yeah. Ain't that crazy to think about?
Really?
Either way, we were talking about cool things. Joe, that is cool.
So I got a new toy.
Appreciate your show and tool. Show and tool. It was a tool, but it's also a fake tool.
Yeah.
It's a fun tool, but it's not like what we like to get into, and that's video games. And Joe, yesterday, humongous day for us gamers, us football gamers, and that's because a brand new football game came out in the form of college football 26, and you got it, but I don't have it. And I'm wondering, I'm not one to get a game every single year. Like, I'll skip an NHL game, I'll skip a Madden, but you're saying this is a game that, I mean, you're the type of person that says these are the games that you need to get.
Well, and the reason is that obviously I know a lot of people. I am a seasonal player. Okay, for the most part, I'm a seasonal player. As in, when it's baseball season, I play baseball games. When it is football season, I play football, and so on and so forth.
I'm always a little bit late. I do it after the Super Bowl.
Now, a lot of games, I always pre-order games if I know that I'm going to be playing them for hours. Like on the PlayStation, I don't know if they like this on Xbox. On PlayStation, it has a little counter down at the bottom part of the corner where it lets you know how many hours you have actually played a game, which could be disheartening or it could be a badge of honor. Depends on how you look at it. So they show that. And so if I know that this is going to be in the hundreds and the multiples of hundreds of hours of game time, I'm going to go ahead and pre-order it. Your MLB The Shows, your college footballs, your Maddens, the NBA game, I wait till the deals go on sale for Christmas. Same thing for the NHL. But the college football game is that moment where when you get it, you just somehow get that little tingle up your spine. Like it's, like I feel that little coolness in the air. Like, you start feeling that. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I turned the PlayStation on. The game is already downloaded. I hit the play button. I go right to play now. And I go directly to Blacksburg, Virginia. I go to Blacksburg, Virginia, night game. I was playing, what was it, Arizona?
Arizona.
I just randomly put through a team on that Virginia Tech was playing. In the tunnel, it is treated, just the intro itself is treated like if you turned on ESPN on a Saturday night. You have the commentary over it. Welcome to Blacksburg, Virginia, where, Virginia Tech is hosting Arizona. We welcome you in. I'm joined by Kirk Herbstreit, all that stuff. You have all of that. And then it's like, but let's go down to the field now as Virginia Tech comes onto the field, it's time for Enter Sandman. And as it's going, you can hear it in the background, and it's going, and the lights are pulsing. You see the fans jumping up and down.
That's awesome.
And then you're just hearing the music go for it. Like it's just pounding. And then that time, the moment it hits, which is where we always come in at the very end of the show, moment it hits, they run out of the tunnel. And look, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Like I'm like, right, that's how it felt.
Getting brought back to the time.
And so it felt
yesterday.
like, it genuinely felt like a Saturday night in Blacksburg, Virginia. Like it felt, every bit of it was exactly what you would feel like if you were turning on that football game at 6 or 7 o'clock and you were ready to watch football. So I played 3 games last night. I played 1 quarter. And Virginia Tech is literally all I was doing is for Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
What's really great is because we always talk about how the commentary is one in which it's generic. They say this for everything. But I think it's Reese Davis was on the call for this one, if I remember correctly. And he goes, I was already up like 7-0. And I get 4th and 17. They're on their own 5. Like it was one of those scenarios. Mm-hmm. And he automatically hops on. He's like, just a little while ago, they entered to Enter Sandman, and now it's about to be Never Neverland is where they're sending Arizona if they pick this one off. And I'm going, oh.
That's pretty in-depth.
You know.
I like the detail.
Like that's kind of, I like the play on words. Like they want to send Arizona to Never Neverland. Like it's one of those. I'm like, this is okay.
Look,
I play MLB The Show every day.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how many times the commentary I've heard? If I was him right now, I wouldn't throw him I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. He's
Never.
late on the I've heard it 7,000 times. If there's the little personalization for that, okay, it's not for everything, but cool. That was awesome. That was just the first game.
So the presentation's awesome.
Presentation alone is something that you do not skip. We're in a skip generation. Like, you know how we always
a swipe.
Yeah,
swipe generation.
Or swipe it. Like we're my son, he's watching the cut scenes in a video game. He's like, can I skip it? We've already seen this. No, we're not going to skip it. This is important details of the mission. I need to know.
You don't skip the scene in the movie because you think it's boring.
And that's what he wanted to do. Still going through Jurassic Park. He's like, this is boring. Can we get to the cool parts? I'm like, she's sticking her hand in poop, son. How not? That's awesome.
That's Jurassic Park 3.
No, it's Jurassic Park 1. It's
thinking 3 with the phones in there, the radio.
No. This is literally the very first dinosaur that they come in contact. The Triceratops. It's sick. Like it's at the very beginning.
I was thinking of the third one. It's all right.
So she had to go find its droppings, and she sticks her hand in.
Why does that happen in every single Jurassic Park movie?
Well, because it's amazing at how much a dinosaur could poop. I mean,
I
seriously.
guess that is the truth.
It's the height of us.
Back to the game.
So the presentation itself, you don't skip it. If you want the feel of a Saturday afternoon in a football stadium or a Saturday night in a stadium, you let the intro play because it gives you the vibe of what it feels like to be inside of that stadium. It does an amazing job at that.
Now, what does the gameplay give you?
Gameplay itself?
You got to convince me, Joe, because right now, just the presentation, I'm thinking, I could still play 25 and it would be pretty similar. I'm not going to get the same experience that you're getting, but it's going to save me some money.
The realism as far as things that can actually affect a quarterback is a lot better in this game. You know, the no-look passes that you know how you can make, those aren't really in the game. Like, it doesn't matter which quarterback I was playing with. You know, if he had a linebacker in his face, he's not dumping it right over the middle perfect if he's a 75 overall. Like, he's going to miss wide open receivers because he throws it too hard. He's going to miss a dump off because he's got 2 linemen in his face and he's not able to see the running back. Like, those are things that you actually see in football games. The one thing that I did like, and I cannot remember who the wide receiver was for Virginia Tech, but had one-on-one coverage on the outside. All right. Had man press on the one-on-one. And I had my wide receiver outside the numbers. He was running a streak. And so looking at the coverage, I look out and I go, okay, if my wide receiver gets behind him, gets behind the defender, I'm throwing it in the air and I'm letting him go get it. In 2025, that is a deflection where the cornerback doesn't even know where the football is, somehow miraculously jumps up 12 feet in the air and swats it down. In 2026, right in the bucket, touchdown. And I went, okay, that's real. Defender was trying to put his hand up because he saw the wide receiver putting his hands up. There was none of this, I'm turning around and swatting it away. It brought the deep ball back into the game. I did that for all 3 games. Defenders never turned around like they did normally in video games. If you had your man beat, you beat him for the touchdown. Like, it wasn't that miraculous, acrobatic linebacker that's going 15 feet in the air like he's Jordan and he's able to make, like, that stuff it looks amazing. Like, that is true college football. If you ever play a video game with a football player, this is what's going to happen. All right, gonna go right here. Let me adjust this. Let me go. All right, snaps the football. Throws that crap ain't happening in a real game. That's garbage right there. That's not happening in a real game.
He caught it without even looking at the ball.
Yeah. There's no way that defender is jumping up and making that stop. There's no way. That's not happening in the game. That was probably the biggest argument for any football game, is that the unrealistic cornerback play.
Yeah.
That was the main thing that I've seen just through one night. Like, you have the ability to use rub routes the right way. Like, I used a rub route playing last night as Auburn, and Eric Singleton wide open because the rub route worked perfectly. Cam Coleman comes over the middle. Eric Singleton wide open in the end zone because the cornerback went with the wrong guy. Like, that stuff actually works in the game that you actually see in real life.
Okay.
That was it. When I played, because I played my first game as Virginia Tech, played the second game as Tennessee, set it at about 6 p.m. kickoff. When Tennessee started running out of the tunnel, I genuinely felt a cold shiver.
Did you check to see if they had the new smoky jerseys?
I didn't, because I just went with OGs.
I got you.
First game, not going with anything crazy, going with OGs. When they were running through the tee, it felt like November in Knoxville. It genuinely did. Like, I got like a cold shiver. Like, I was just, okay, like, this feels like football. It's 95 degrees outside, and I'm playing this game. I'm like, oh, now this gives me those vibes. Okay. Final game I played was with Auburn. Night game. I played Utah. Just randomly picking teams. I wasn't going to pick a POS team, so I picked just a random team.
Kind of.
Well, no.
Last year
they were supposed to win the Big 12.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, I just pick them and I'm going, all right, cool, let's go with this. The atmosphere for Auburn, the LED lighting, the pulsing blue and orange lights at nighttime,
the new
running
Megatron
through the turns, both jumbotrons up on the stadium, Eagle flying in. It felt like Saturday night in Auburn. Jackson Arnold overthrowing wide open receivers over the middle. It felt like Saturday night in Auburn. I promise you, if I didn't dislike Jackson Arnold before I played that game last night, I loathed him. Okay. He only had like 120 passing yards for me last night. And most of those was that one play to Eric Singleton that I told you about. Like, that was it.
You got to hate the player, not the game.
No, you're right. I do hate the player and not the game. You're
the guy that's playing it.
No. No, because here's what it is. Normal pass, wide open wide receiver, over the middle, slant route, nobody there. This is the reason why I told you about the realism. Linebacker running to me in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Arnold overthrew him by 10 yards. Not kidding. Dump off. Arnold rolling out to his right, running back in the flat, just trying to dump it off to my safety route, overthrew the running back out of bounds.
Okay.
I wish I would have recorded this game. I genuinely wish I would have recorded, because I would have showed you this and I would have went, this is your future. The sad thing about it is, and I did this last year because I put Walker White in immediately. The sad thing is with video games, and you know this, it's about your ratings. Ratings-wise, he's still the best quarterback on the team. Now, Deuce Knight is like an 87, 88 in speed.
Okay.
Jackson Arnold isn't much slower. He's like an 84, 83. He's mobile. You have the ability that if you need to scramble at some point in time because all your receivers are taken, you can do so. Pick you about 10, 15 yards.
And he's a physical body as well.
Yeah, okay, fine. But the game itself, the realism, the amount that the atmosphere actually plays into the game itself is so vastly important. Night game, Auburn versus Utah, kicker had like a 35-yard field goal into the student section.
Those field goals, though.
Seriously, like it's a computer. He missed it by 5 yards. Like it's that sort of stuff that the atmosphere plays into the game, that having home field advantage is a massive, massive deal in this game.
Are user field goals still just as difficult?
Yes, like it's the same. You hold down the X button, release the X. Like it's that. The other thing is the read option is still the same, where instead of pressing X when you give it to the running back, you actually press X to keep it. Those types of things that you kind of have to get used to. The playbooks are way more extensive. Like there were plays that I was running with Tennessee. Either I totally missed those last year, or they were in the game for the very first time. Like RPOs where your tight end is running out in the flat, and basically you're just reading the defensive end, either dump it off quickly to the tight end or just hand it off to the running back underneath. Like those types of plays that I really didn't see in 2025. The game itself, as far as the atmosphere when it comes to playing this game, makes you feel like it is a Saturday night football game that you are ready to watch, that you've been waiting all week to watch. Like that is genuinely the feel of it. And I think that the game is absolutely, I was going to bring the game in today so that John and I could do a stream. But when we found out that we were going to be at Baumhauer's today, well, I mean, heck, I'm going to leave right after the show here and go to Baumhauer. So there's no reason to.
Kind of fell out.
It did. So tomorrow I'm bringing the PlayStation in. You and I will do a special stream in between our show and Tom's show.
Okay.
So it'll be whatever. I'm assuming one of us has to play as Alabama, and I'm not going to be it. So there you go. We will play a stream for as long as we can so that you kind of get that vibe on WZZN TV, and you can see how this plays out in the feel of it. The music, tremendous.
Oh, dude, I've seen that they do the bands, but it has real songs. So they're going with the beat of like real songs.
They do. And by the way, the band is Auburn's marching band, by the way. Ooh. They're the ones that recorded all this music.
That's awesome. It sounds really good.
They won this competition, and so the EA Sports went with the winner of the competition, which was Auburn's marching band. And so all of the songs, they have Fiend in there. They have real new songs that go with this. They got the rights to a lot of this stuff.
But it's still college feeling.
It feels...
It's not that Madden soundtrack. It's going to throw out Hollywood Undead at you.
First off, don't bash Hollywood Undead.
I love Hollywood Undead's one song that's good.
They have a couple, but also when you're playing the game, if you just submerge yourself in the game, you feel like it gives you the feeling and everything that you want, and it looks absolutely stunning.
No doubt. Have you guys played the college football 26 game? Let us know, 256-576-9777, what your first game was or what it will be if you guys haven't gotten a chance yet. You guys can hop in on the show. We got to hit a break, but when we come back, phone lines open to you as we close out the first hour of the Blitz. We'll be right back here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, ESPN Winchester, and WZZN TV.
Phone lines are open now. 256-576-4977. This is The Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Shane Gisbergen with victories at Mexico City and Chicago on the road courses this season is plus 155 to win the Sonoma Raceway Toyota Save Mart 350 in the Cup Series on Sunday. Kyle Larson 5-1. William Byron 12-1, as is Ty Gibbs and Michael McDowell. Baseball today, Braves open up a series in Sacramento against the Athletics. Didier Fuentes 0-2 with an ERA of 9, minus 108. Against Jeffrey Springs of the Athletics, 6-6, 4.07 ERA. The A's minus 112. The total is 10 over at Sutter Health Park. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You've seen those beautiful epoxy floors in a garage or carport area and have probably wondered, how can I get that done? Well, the answer is Lifetime Epoxy Floors. Lifetime Epoxy Floors is an A-plus rated business with the Better Business Bureau and has been family-owned for over 14 years. They do both residential and commercial applications and get most jobs done in a day. Lifetime Epoxy Floors' motto is, we love what we do, and it shows. Visit LifetimeEpoxyFloors.com to schedule a free estimate today and check them out on Facebook.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at jetsuperstore.com.
Your Fox 54 weather, brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. A few isolated showers could continue to linger for this Tuesday night. Otherwise, expect to sit under a mostly clear sky with low temperatures falling into the low 70s. Heading into our Wednesday, rain chances increase as well as temperatures. We're going to rise back into the low 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. Weekday morning starting at 9 a.m. on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back into the show. John Abraham, Joe Hunk here with you on the Blitz. Closing out the first hour, opening up the second hour. Phone lines open to you, 256-576-97.7. We haven't gotten into any of the nitty-gritty just yet. We talked a little bit of the college football game, which I want to know your guys' opinions on. If you have played it, what is going to be your first matchup if you have yet to play it, as well as, looking forward to all of the media days that are right around the corner, including Big 12 media days that is going on right now. On top of that, we got SEC media days next week. We're going to be leaving on Sunday, getting to Atlanta, and having a wonderful, very busy week. And then, of course, ACC Media Day is going to be following that one starting on the 22nd, so we'll get a little bit more details on some of those teams that think they're powerhouses, like Thomas Castellanos, who is continued. I mean, this is just something that sparked up a lot of controversy. It was last month whenever he said these things about Alabama and how he was going to be able to take them out, and he was one of the best in the ACC last year with this Boston College team that he didn't even finish the season starting with, and now, well, he's still talking about it, and there's some quarterbacks that used to play for Alabama that wanted to clap back on it, but A.J. McCarron was that quarterback. We'll get into those comments in the second hour, but the ACC does have something to say for itself this year, I think. You look at teams like Florida State, and you look at the growth that they're going to have this year. They've got a lot of talent on that squad. On top of that, Bill Belichick, a lot of noise around that UNC squad as he's continuing to recruit like a madman. And on top of that, the dark horse Clemson Tigers, who look to be a national champion contender, possibly. Cade Klubnik, of course, maybe a Heisman winner. I would look at him definitely for this upcoming season. But a lot of things to be excited about, and you can't look past what the Big 12 had last year. Of course, Arizona State was the team that led the charge, but you still got the Utahs, you still got the Arizonas, which, say what you will about them, I believe in Noah Fafita. I think that he is going to have a breakout season one of these years before he's done with college. And on top of that, you got the teams like Kansas State, and you can't look past them, Joe. I mean, this is a year where it's a little bit more wide open, I would say, for the college football playoffs, where we might see a few more diverse teams hopping in. I still believe the SEC will lead the charge, But I think that those two conferences that we tend to forget about will have a little bit more oomph this year.
Well, I think that's that's where the transfer portal portion comes into this, because now you can look at, say, Miami, for instance, which is one of the teams that you were just talking about. The fact that they did pick up Carson Beck, and he's now down in Miami. Their starting quarterback is good. Remember, this team had Cam Ward last year, and they were a Georgia Tech loss away from potentially making it in the college football playoff. And there are people that are saying right now that Miami could be a college football playoff team. And so that's with a quarterback like Carson Beck. That's where this transfer portal world comes into this. And I know, again, we talked about it yesterday, but to me right now, if you were looking like a year-to-year thing, the transfer portal is way more important for your team's success than what the recruiting trail is.
I think instantly. I think that is the case. But I think that recruiting and holding these players within your organization for 1 or 2 years, that is the way that I think you're going to find the most national champions. And your quarterback might be the one leading the way. He might be a transfer, but the majority of that team, I feel like, needs to be guys that have been homegrown inside the facility.
Well, and I look at, we're talking about a lot of things this year with Auburn, and I say, Cam Coleman, he's arguably, you could say he's probably one of the top 10 wide receivers in the country. If he has 1,000-yard receiving season, guess what he could probably do during this offseason?
Yeah, you're not wrong about it.
Because if you're talking NIL, that's all it takes. It takes one good season, and you hop in the portal to make your money.
Yeah. Definitely something we're going to conversate about in the second hour. Wanted to hop phone lines. I know Grumpy's been waiting patiently, but I want to get him in when he has some time to talk. So we'll wait until the next hour.
Yeah, this was a very short break. We didn't have
open up with the phone lines. Of course, we're wide open because everybody's on break. Everybody's on a vacation. I've made many text messages. Look, I understand it's okay. But I did want to get some details on some of these squads, just a little bit more in depth from guys who are actually around the teams. But regardless, conversation continues in the second hour, and you guys can join us, 256-576-97.7. We'll be right back here on The Blitz.
Joe Hunk, John Abraham. You can watch The Blitz live now on X at 97.7 ESPN.
The Braves roll into the 2025 season with a singular focus. Bring home the division title and remind the league what Atlanta is all about.
Swung on. You're to left center field and deep. That baby's out of here. Austin Riley. 3-0 to Olsen, and he powers one. Deep right center field to the wall. It's gonna fly. It's a home run. Back-to-back homers.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, legendary fun, legendary food.
I'm here with our good friend, John Kendall. He's got 23 years of retail mortgage experience in the Tennessee Valley, and he's powered up with the #1 retail mortgage lender in the nation.
That's right, Scott. We have joined with Cross Country Mortgage, and that is true. We're the #1 retail mortgage lender in America. And with that powerhouse team and our experience here locally, we're ready to go.
They've got 120 mortgage, refinance, and home equity solutions to fit every need. If you call on Cross Country Mortgage, it is for the win.
That's right. You can reach me, Scott, at 256-562-3780, or you can go to crosscountrymortgage.com and then search my name.
It's Cross Country Mortgage and John Kendall, a powerhouse team. One more time, John.
That's crosscountrymortgage.com, 256-562-3780. If we can't close your loan, it simply cannot be closed.
Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS, number 3029.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Shane Van Gisbergen with victories at Mexico City and Chicago on the road courses this season is plus 155 to win the Sonoma Raceway Toyota Save Mart 350 in the Cup Series on Sunday. Kyle Larson 5-1. William Byron 12-1, as is Ty Gibbs and Michael McDowell. Baseball today, Braves open up a series in Sacramento against the Athletics. Didier Fuentes 0-2 with an ERA of 9, minus 108 against Jeffrey Springs of the Athletics, 6-6, 4.07 ERA. The A's minus 112. The total is 10 over at Sutter Health Park. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. Welcome to the Blitz.
Second hour, final hour, best hour of show number 1 on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and the Blitz. Joe Hunk, John Abraham on this Tuesday morning. I say show number 1 because coming up at noon to 2, Tom Abraham's show, where John will be alongside. I don't say alongside because you'll be back here.
Yeah, I'll be just suffering.
But I like the way you make it out. Like, dude, I do this every week. Like, that's it. I do this every time. But John will be here as Steve and myself will be out at Baumhauer's beginning at noon. It's my first time actually getting to go to Baumhauer's in the Tom Abraham show. Again, almost been here a year. First one I'm getting to do. So it's going to be fun for us to be out there as well. So you can make sure that you join us for lunch as we continue. Phone lines are open to you, 256-576-977. And always brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Yes, hopefully I don't have a voice crack in this go around. The guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online at FlemingHSV.com to fill out your free quote today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. Real quick to start out this second hour, let's hop into those phone lines and keep a man waiting no longer. It is Grumpy. Grumpy, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm 57 or 58 years old, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was back with EA Sports and Tecmo Bowl, and listening to you guys talk about the games and kind of how excited you get about them. I know there's a lot of people out there probably saying, "Well, why are we talking about games?" But when you put your hours in and you work and you're raising your family and you're doing everything you got to do to be a man. What you do in your off time, if you enjoy those games, man, that's a wonderful thing. I'm not going to hate on you for that. Because sometimes I struggle with, do I want to sit down and play a game, or is there something else I should be doing?
Well, absolutely.
And you gotta enjoy your life while you're here. I know that sounds a little deep, but playing those games as a grown man, almost 60 years old, I enjoy it. And I just wanted to ask a question with Call of Duty. Like when I play Call of Duty, you can tell some people are hacking the game and they're running around at super speeds and killing everybody and getting a million kills. Have you seen any hacking on the college games, football games?
Well, what you see a lot of times for some of the games is like you will find everybody begins to kind of play the same defense because they found that that defense is the one that is working the best this year based on the gameplay. You'll see teams and players that'll play the exact same offense, those types of things. Like those are the things that you start to see. Whereas, say for instance, if you were to sit down, like say, let's just give it a month. In a month, you could play 10 games in a day. Probably 9 of those you will play against players that have the exact same defense and the exact same playbook.
Unlike with Call of Duty, I mean, Call of Duty, you're actually seeing people go into the game. The technical, they code the game differently and they switch things up.
Was it recoil? Is that what it is? The recoil, like that causes your gun whenever you're using it to actually like bounce around.
They can totally cut that off,
and they totally cut it off where you're accurate on every single shot.
This is something I don't think we've seen yet in the college football games. And I just think that it's mainly because, well, I mean, how could you do it? You know, first off, I'm not a coder. I don't know exactly how to do it. But, I mean, there's probably one way where you can just chuck the ball up and your player automatically catches the ball.
Like for the baseball game, for instance, there you go back 2 or 3 years, and I use that.
You got hackers in the baseball game, Joe?
No, what they do is everybody wants to use the same pitcher. Because of that, like it's nothing like what you're talking about, where you can win and you can change the recoil rate or something.
I think that's what Grumpy's getting at. You're gonna have people flying around the course.
I was wondering if you run into anybody that's catching every ball because they've written their own code in there and they're running faster than you because they've changed the game on their hardware. I'm sorry, on their software side of it. I guess you're not seeing that.
Well, a lot of times it also depends on if you do crossplay or not, which for a lot of people that don't know what crossplay is, it means that, if you're a PlayStation, you can play with an Xbox. If you're an Xbox, you can play with a PC. The thing is, especially with PC, that's where you get a lot of the modding.
And this game's not on PC.
And this game isn't on PC. Your Call of Duties, like your wrestling games. Like, again, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I used to do a wrestling video game stream, but the problem is you have so many people now that have like wrestling games on the PC that they do go in and mod it so much that you go, well, how do you download this? When did this get put in the game? I'm like, no, it's a PC mod. And it kind of ruins real video game streams along those lines because they start adding things into it that you can't do. Like, oh, look, we're wrestling on a baseball field now. Like, wait, that's not in the game. Like, you can't do that. But that's on a PC mod. So if you cancel crossplay, then yes, you could. It's fair.
Let me say this too: that you guys do a lot as a smaller radio station. You guys have your finger or thumb in a lot of pies. You guys do a lot. So when I know when people make suggestions, it's like, well, hey, we're already doing all this other stuff. We really can't do more,
Yeah.
But I would love to see you guys in the off season next year do a college football PS whatever tournament. And get like you can find at least 20 of your callers or 20 of your people that you're listening and have a tournament and play the games like either online where you don't even have to get together or something like that. I think it would explode. I think there'd be a lot of interest in that. I know there's a lot of guys that don't play golf. You know what I mean?
Oh no, trust me, I agree with you. No, and Grumpy, we appreciate that phone call because I would love that. Because we've talked about it, like we talked about doing a Beat the Blitz.
Yeah. It's been something in the works for a minute.
It has been, but at the same time, we are so busy that trying to get it going down that path. And like this off season between the moment that, basically the last 2 months, once my daughter was born, like I literally run home and spend every single time with the kids, like as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And so that's been something that I've really taken a lot of joy in. But we also talked about yesterday being like, dude, how cool would it have been if we had done like a kickoff tournament with listeners? Like as in, hey, we'll do it on Saturday. Like you have 5 days, to kind of, especially for the pre-order, like 5 days to kind of play the game a little bit, figure out what team you're wanting to play with.
Yeah.
And then, LFG, man, like let's do this.
The thing we want to do is kind of all in person because a lot of people might not have the game. And on top of that, we do have a location that we could go to and do this whole thing. But again, there is a lot of uncertainty with the schedule during the offseason because again, we have the Rocket City Awards, we have SEC Media Days, we still have baseball coverage, and on top of that, high school media days as well. And this is also with the charity golf tournament that we do earlier, which would be around that time when we'd be able to open something up like this. So there's definitely things in the work for it. It'll have to kind of fall naturally whenever it does. But again, great idea that Grumpy has thrown out there, and it's definitely something we've been looking to work towards.
Well, and I think that a lot of it also comes into the fact that when this game drops, it also drops, for people that just purchased the game and didn't do pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
This game drops literally 2 days before SEC Media Days, which is a massive event. And then once we get back from SEC Media Days, we have high school media days that we're going to be doing. And so it's that it would have to be something like in the month of August, like right before the season, kind of a kickoff sort of thing like that.
Yeah.
That would be really fun that we could do. But it does take time. And the way that we would want to do it is you don't want to throw it together like, oh, hey, let's just go over there and do it. We want this thing to, the moment that it goes live, to look like the best tournament / stream that you've ever seen. And I think so that does take a lot of time and effort in it that we just have to plan.
And I think me and you both have the talents to do that. We've done it with other things.
Hey,
so we can definitely do it.
No, absolutely. And I think that I agree with Grumpy that if we were to dive into that world, if we had the ability and the time to do it, that when you watched it, even if you were not a gamer, you would be all in.
You'd be locked.
Yeah. I've been places where I have done a video game stream and people will go, dude, I don't even like video games, and I'm just watching this because it's so much fun.
No doubt.
That's where it is. And you'll see a little bit of that tomorrow when we do this, when we do the stream that John and I are wanting to do.
If we have to do it after Tom's show, Joe, like that's totally doable. You just got to remind me to bring in the stuff that I need to bring in, because I can go home, I can grab every little piece of equipment, because I've been streaming lately.
You have been. No,
and it's something
I think that again,
can definitely work.
We can get it set up and we can go probably 11:05 or something along those lines tomorrow. Go for about 30, 45 minutes in between the two shows, have some fun with it, just kind of show people this is what the game looks like. This is the reason why we got excited about it. We're not trying to get you to purchase it, but we're saying this is a world that is like a community that you can hang out with your buddies. And look, John and I never talk about this, but my wife will sometimes get annoyed with me playing video games. Like
right?
We were texting last night because
it's the same with everybody, dude.
The moment that her dad walked in yesterday, because again, I got home early. The moment that her dad walked in and I was spending time with the girls, they gravitated towards him. Obviously so. That's her grandfather. They absolutely love him. He's an amazing man. Well, I just went, oh, well, hey, here's my moment where I can just go to my office for a little bit just to get that one game in that I was wanting, just to get that Virginia Tech, just inner Sandman bumping, like get that.
Got to do the Mr. Brightside today, Joe. Do Mr. Brightside.
I just needed it, man. I was fiending for it, not to use the phrase of the song, but I was fiending for it, man. Like I needed it. And I go in and I do this, and my wife even says, like, hey, you're starting to play video games more. Well, yeah, but see, here's my thing, and this is nothing against anybody. I don't go out and party. I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
We got to have some vice.
I don't, and I am not a guy like you, John, and I'm not saying this.
Whoa, what am I doing? I don't party.
Hold on. No. I'm not a guy like John that, that does love cars and something like that, where they would enjoy working on a car. See, I wasn't saying anything negative.
I got you.
I'm not going to go in the garage and, get underneath the car for 3 and 4 hours and do that. Like, I'm just not that guy. Okay. So if this is the worst thing that I choose to do in playing a video game by myself, not online, talking to people, trust me. I mean, we talk to enough people as it is. Sometimes I just need that quiet time.
Yeah.
Okay. If this is the worst thing that I do, I'm not doing too bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing too bad. So that's the way that I look at playing it, is if, like Grumpy says, you always feel like you need to be doing something. When I wake up on a Saturday or I wake up on a Sunday, the first thing I do is I go, all right, let's knock everything out possible. You want to get in the attic with the attic being 130 degrees? Cool. Let's do that at 9 a.m. I need to cut the yard. I need to clean the house. We need to do laundry. We need to fold. We need to clean everything up. All the diapers that are laying around that we need to pick up. And like, if we need to do all that stuff, let's knock that out. So that now I'm done. and I can just hang out and enjoy my time with my family, or my son and I can go in and play a video game, or we can watch a movie, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this and being like, all right, cool, let's go play 18 holes. Like, I'll see you guys later. Or, oh, hey, I'm going to go to the bar for a little while. Again, nothing wrong with it as long as you're responsible. Just saying that's just not me.
Yeah, and for us, when it comes to video games, of course, there's the Call of Duties that are fun, but then there's the sports games that we play that don't just bring the entertainment, but a lot of knowledge as well. I mean, this new form of college football that we've got in video game form gives us so much information that we can carry over to the shows and to the conversations with you guys. And I know it's helping the listeners as well, because whenever College Football 25 came out last year, I had it at SEC Media Days. I was itching to play it. I already had friends that were hitting me up, talking about guys on teams that I've never even played before. But I was just like, look at this. This is what college football, the video game, can do for just the casual player or watcher out there.
So
I loved
it. The biggest thing as well, where we talk about the realism of it, that was one thing I was real big on this year.
Mr. Brightside.
Those types of realism, but also the realism of the field of, the cornerback that has no clue the ball is right there and he jumps up 10 feet and knocks it down. Like, that's not in the game anymore. You can tell that this game is realistic because you have NFL players who spend hours and hours studying film that say they also use Madden to scout the teams that they're playing. Now, that is saying that they have scouted enough film that they also notice that playing the Madden video game also helps them in understanding the team that they are about to face on Sundays. That should go towards the realism of the way that these games are. Like, even with baseball games, I can tell a realism in release point and things along those lines that you're looking at when facing a pitcher. There are Major League Baseball players that say, hey, if I know that if I'm going up against, Waka, which, didn't have one of the best pitches the other day, but it's just one, I will go in and face him on MLB The Show, so that not only am I watching the film, but I'm also watching it on the game to get that release point so I know what I'm looking for when I step into the box.
No doubt.
That is the realistic part of this that I enjoy. And I'm a person that is very much into realism. Like, I don't get into the anime the same way that John does. I've dabbled in it.
I'm a psychopath.
I have watched it. I'm not in that world. Now, as far as DC and Marvel, yes, I'll jump into that just a little bit, but I'm still also in the point where I like the realism of those more than I like all the craziness that can be, and that is why, if the video games are the worst thing that I do in my life, there's a lot more things that I could be doing as a husband and a father that could be hurting my family way more than just going in at night when everybody's in bed and playing a couple of games.
Look at you, Joe, rationalizing your addiction to video games. We got to hop into a break. We're addicted to sports in general, and we haven't focused enough on the ACC or the Big 12, and mainly because, the SEC just means more. But look, we're not going to hold the complete bias. We do need to take a look at some of these teams who we think is capable of making it to the playoffs and go from there. And you guys are able to join us, 256-576-97.7 here on the Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV.
This is The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. 256-576-4977.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. But hurry, this offer is only good through June 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10-plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Football season and Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. The perfect combination of good times and great food. This season, score big with one of our chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness. Our delicious burgers are made with premium Angus beef, and you can pair it with one of our signature cocktails or a cold craft beer from our huge selection. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and our new location at Cliff Farm, Highway 72 in Madison.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
All right, coming up at noon, we're going to be out at Baumhauer's. Steve Moulton and myself filling in for Tom on this Tuesday. Tom's going to be back tomorrow. And I have a feeling the Braves are going to come up at some point in time. And that's going to be kind of a touchy. Is it touchy? Is that a good way of saying it? Is touchy a good way? It's going to be one in which that you're going to have to be paying attention to a few things.
I totally agree. Similar to the college football landscape, and of course, there's a lot that's changed throughout this offseason. I feel like this is only the beginning, and it's crazy to think because the beginning of the NIL and transfer portal all happened just 4 years ago. But that conversation's about to get going here in a moment. But we do want to visit with the phone lines because we got Josh on with us, and he wants to continue the video game.
Oh, look at that.
What's up, Josh? How you doing, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Doing good, bro. How about you?
Oh, man, just working like always.
I feel that.
Hey, I just wanted to say, Joe, don't feel bad about the video games. I know I've told y'all before I'm a single dad. I've got custody of my 10-year-old twins, boy and a girl. And my twins know I do everything for them. We're going to do whatever they want to do. But when Daddy works 10 to 12 hours every day and I get home, I want an hour and a half to 2 hours to sit and rest and unwind. Mm-hmm. And that's how I get my stress off of me and unwind, is just by playing my game. They go to their rooms and play their games or watch TV. And then I play my game for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I'm off of it. And then hey, what do y'all want to do? Yeah. Daddy time now. But I need daddy time. I need at least 2 hours for me to unwind. I mean, it's a full-time job, so I need that time.
Well, and that's the thing for me is like what you're talking about, the unwinding part of it. Like I have games where if my mind is like 100% going, like I'm not tired, I'm not wanting to, doze off or anything like that. Like, I'll be playing the Japanese baseball game, or I'll play the college football game, because those are more thinking games of I'm having to read the situation, understand those types of things. Like it's more of a strategic type thing. Like MLB The Show for me isn't really a thinking game. Like it's like I can play that half asleep and I'm just really just playing it casually. Like, you have your certain games. Like for me, there's another one is like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like that one, literally riding a horse across the desert from a town to another town. So incredibly relaxing. Don't know why it is. Don't know why. Maybe the music that's playing in the background, maybe the atmosphere. I don't know what it is, but it relaxes me and it calms me down. I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm using as my outlet. For me with video games, like with my son, that's what happens. Like when I leave, Tom's show today, I'm going to go to the house, and my son and I've been playing Gotham Knights. John knows this about video games. Like a lot of those, there's problem solving, there's investigation, there's all this other stuff. And it helps me also teach my son about it. And then once we get into real life situations and he's freaking out about possibly not being able to find something, I start doing just like I do in the video game. All right, let's look back. What do you remember last? Like, let's go through this. And he's learning things without even knowing that he's learning them because he's playing a video game.
Exactly. And I'm so glad you made that point, because I was going to say I do play in my girl games too, but my son more than her. But I mean, I game with them too when they want to. And just like you said, he learns so many things. And I mean, they both he's a straight A student. My girl gets A's and B's. My son, he always has straight A's, and it's like 95 to 100. I mean, he is so smart.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of these things he's done and the things he knows how to do with computers and games and stuff. I mean, he is a genius.
Well, and I think that like with this is look, there's some negatives about it. Absolutely. Like obviously you have to tell them about, using guns, being responsible, all that sort of stuff as well. GTA. That's yeah, absolutely. But when there's problem solving things, like it is, my biggest thing is the one thing that I grew up with, and I'm not saying my parents were like this because they weren't, but it was me on myself. I was a perfectionist. So if I wasn't perfect at something, it would just infuriate me. What I'm trying to teach with my son, and I'll eventually teach with my girls as well, is that it's okay to make mistakes. So in a video game, when I make a mistake, I'm not getting mad about it. I'm like, hey, okay, we screwed up. What did we do wrong? Let's think about this. Did we get too anxious with the boss? Like, did we go and we try to make a punch when we shouldn't have done that because the warning popped up that he was about to swing at us and we should have jumped back? Like, I start doing the problems and going over and being like, look, we're problem solving and figuring out what we do wrong so that the next go round, we do it the right way. If we get lost, okay, let's backtrack, figure out where we got lost, and go back from there. And this is teaching him how to do this stuff in real life as well.
And this adds on to it. I just wanted to throw this in. I mean, I've gotten into a lot of this course racing, GT World type of racing and stuff like this. A lot of people who are now in GT racing or endurance racing started on video games, on simulations. The guy who was driving, do you remember the Gran Turismo movie that came out? The dude that was like the star of that movie was in that race.
That's it's based on a true story.
24 Hours of Spa that I was watching like 2 weekends ago. Like that stuff that starts from the video games can teach you those things towards whether you want to be a coach or whether you want to be a racer or, there's just so many things.
Well,
you don't realize what you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
No, and the thing about it is that for me, a lot of times it doesn't click with me sometimes when I'm doing something because I'm so in the moment. But when he is playing, I see these things and I'm able to say, okay, like for instance, yesterday afternoon, we were in a mission. We were in this room that we were trying to figure out how to get into a room that was sealed off. And we spent 5 or 10 minutes looking around at everything. And he's like, we're stuck. We can't figure it out. We don't know what to do. I was like, no, let's just back up. Let's start going back. Let's look at the vents. Are there any vents that we can go through? No. Okay, now let's start looking at the ceiling. Like, you start going through a checklist, and it's the same thing that's going to happen whenever he gets into a situation in life that he can't figure out. And then he's going, okay, what do I do in the game? I back up. Let's start going one by one, and let's see if we can figure it out. And we eventually found a spot that we were supposed to go to that we had walked past 15 times and hadn't noticed. We're like, oh, there it is right there. Boom. We solved it. Let's continue.
Exactly. And that's something that I love about it. And like you said, like, I used to get so upset, when something would go wrong with a video game and I would throw my controller and stuff, but I don't do that anymore, especially around my kids, because I don't want them to see, like, oh, daddy gets mad about a video game, like I used to when I was younger. But now that I'm older, more mature, I don't do those kinds of things, and I teach them, hey, don't get frustrated with this. Let's see what's going on, and when, like you said, when you're watching your son and I'm watching my son and observing him, I mean, I'm amazed, and I'm like, man, how did you just do that? Because some of the things he does, I don't even know how to do it. And I'm like, how did you know that?
Oh yeah. Look, my son, like, he loves playing Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it's just a game, and he has played it. I mean, I'm serious. Like, John knows how many times I've played the Japanese baseball game. Mm-hmm. We looked at it the other day. He's almost played Guardians of the Galaxy as much as I've played that Japanese baseball game. Like, that's how much he's played it. That's more than Spider-Man and all this. And I am okay. Like, for me, I'm okay with him getting angry. Like, I get angry. I know I get angry. Like, trust me, it's I have anger issues. I've had them my entire life.
It's part of life.
It's part of life. But what I'm also wanting to teach him is step back from the anger. When you get angry, think about what is making you mad. Take that deep breath, and now tell me figure it out. Figure it out inside yourself. Like, am I mad about this? Am I mad because the game's not working? Am I mad because what I'm trying to do is not happening, but I want it to? Is this the right thing to go? Like, start going through that checklist, and by going through it, once you figure out what you're angry about, then you can start figuring out how to solve that. And now you're working past it. That is something that, yes, it's a video game, but it's going to happen at school. It's going to happen in a real live baseball game. It's going to happen when he's playing another sport. It's going to happen whenever he's out in life and his job is pissing him off. Like, this is going to be stuff that he's learning through a video game, but he's learning the real life tools that you go in there, and then you can put them into action. So what happens is we go to the baseball field and he's not catching the ball like he wants to, or he's not swinging like he's wanting to. And I go, okay, what do you do in Guardians when something like this is going on? When something's not working, it's making you mad, what do you start to do? And then he starts going through the checklist and he goes, okay, this is where I'm mad. All right, let's figure out how to fix that one issue. Like, it's real life stuff that you're teaching him in this. That's the reason why video games are a way that you can use to bond with your kids, and you can learn about it, even if it's not your thing. Like, trust me, he plays Minecraft, and
it's a wonderful game.
I cannot stand it.
I don't know how I watched the movie.
I
watched the movie recently with Jack Black. It was actually pretty good.
No, the movie's fun.
Pretty good.
But it has encouraged his creativity.
I'll say, like, what about what you just said, Joe? My son, he gets on Roblox a lot and plays. I mean, Roblox has thousands of games.
Yeah.
And he was playing this game on there, and he had been working, getting this one thing in this game to where it was worth over like $5 or $6 billion money in that game. And somebody came in and paid real life money so that they could steal it from him. And my son got so upset, so angry. And I said, buddy, it's okay. I said, let's start over. And I said, I'm going to jump on here with you and help you. And within 2 days, we had got it back, and it was worth twice as much as he took a month to get it to.
Yeah.
And that's a life lesson. I said, buddy, you don't have to get upset when somebody does. I said, there are scammers out there in the world who are going to try to scam you out of real life money. I said, this is game money. And I said, Daddy's been scammed in real life several times. I said, let's start over, and we're going to do it again. And within 2 days, he had it even better plan, and it was worth double.
Yeah.
And he learned, hey, don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. We can get it right back.
Yeah, and those are the types of things like, these are all real life situations. And this is where you can use them for life lessons in a form that they understand. Look, this was the biggest thing for me, is that a lot of times, and I've learning this, that each one, again, and I have 3, obviously one of them I still don't know how to handle her because she's only 2 months old, but I can handle my son differently than I handle my daughter. I can say things to my son that I can't say to my daughter, and vice versa.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm also learning.
Even though mine are twins and they're the same age, it's 2 totally different personalities.
Absolutely. And with my son, he's at this stage in his life where, like, for instance, when you're playing Gotham Knights, it tells you, hey, if you're going to do this mission, you need to be a level 27 or a level 29. Like, that would be, if not, like, you could still do it, but it's going to be way too hard for you. And he would try to do the mission and he would call me in and be like, I can't do this. Like, it's way too hard. Like, I'm doing it. Like, I wanted to do this mission. And then I go, okay, well, let's go back and let's look at the beginning. And the first thing I see is, buddy, you're only at level 15. You're trying to do a level 30 mission. Like, you're not ready for that yet. Like, what you need to do is you need to work, go do some other stuff, build up your person so that you're ready for it. Just like in real life, you can't hit an 80-mile-per-hour fastball at 6 years old if you haven't worked up to being able to do it. Not saying that 6-year-olds should be able to do it. I'm just saying that that's that level expectancy that is a real life thing. Oh, you want to be able to throw from third base to first base, or you want to be able to throw a 20-yard pass with a spiral? Well, first you got to work on being able to throw it at 5 yards and then 10 yards and then 50. You have to work up and you have to build up that strength to do it. Just like in the video game, it's just speaking to him in his level.
Right. I mean, yeah, when you start out with your own player, whether it's baseball, hockey, football, it doesn't matter. You have the lowest stats in the game, and you have to slowly build that character up to where he's an all-Madden player or an all-star baseball player or an all-star NHL hockey player. Yeah. You don't start out on the first line. It takes several months of building your guy up before you're on line one.
Absolutely. And I think that this is where the video game, especially like with sports video games, I can use it to teach my son. Like, he will come in and he will see baseball, and he's just now getting to the point where he's seeing himself get better at the sport in real life. And so now whenever he walks into the office and he sees me playing it, he doesn't instantly get annoyed with it. He goes, oh, okay. So which team are you? Okay, so you're down by a run. Where do you guys have any guys on base? Like, he's starting to ask real questions that allow me to go into this. He's like, well, why don't you just try to hit a home run? Well, son, the guy that I'm hitting with right now is only a 50 power, so I shouldn't expect to hit a home run. I'm just trying to get a base hit with him and move the line. Just like with you when you're playing, your guys at the bottom of the lineup, you just want them to get a hit. Like, you're not asking them to put one out of the park. You just want them to get a hit to move the line. And so now he's starting to kind of see that a little bit. And so he's starting to actually learn more whenever he walks in and sees what I'm doing.
Well, man, it definitely, like we talked about, it applies, not only to the games, but to real life situations. And it really does help, not only with me, but with my kids. And I love gaming with them too. And man, keep doing what you're doing and keep playing with your kids, because it definitely helps.
No, I definitely appreciate that.
And they love, that'll be something they remember, just like I tell myself with my twins. They will remember, Daddy not only always took us swimming and took us places and cooked dinner every night, but Daddy also is the one who played games with us all the time,
Yeah, and that's the thing with me. Like today, for instance, like all week last week, my son would wake up, he would look at me and he would say, and we appreciate that phone call, by the way, thank you, is that he would look at him and go, hey, do you got to go to work today? I'm like, buddy, I'm off all week. He said, well, can we go play games? I said, well, let me finish the morning task, like what Grumpy was talking about.
You see his eyes light up. He's like, let
me finish the morning tasks. You go in and play whatever game you want to play. And then when I'm done with everything around the house that I need to do for the day, Then I'll come in and you and I'll play our game together. And a lot of times we're playing a single player game where he'll play it. Then when he gets to a point where it's a little bit too hard for him, I'll hop in and I'll play, or I'll kind of advise him through things. Then there's other games like the Ninja Turtle game and all that where both of us can play at the same time, where, you know, I'm doing a lot of stuff, but he's also playing with me, and we're doing it together.
You should play Legend of Zelda with him. One of the older ones, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Those ones will challenge him.
See, and that's like those. He is all about the look of the game, and it's a me thing. But if the game looks old, sounds so bad. If the game looks old, he doesn't want to play it. Like that's the reason we have all the Batman games. Like they were on sale the PlayStation right now for like $6. You can get the entire Batman Arkham trilogy.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah, he plays that. He plays it, and then we play like the first two, and he goes, "Okay, cool. Can we go back to Gotham Knights now?" Now, if I would have spent $50 on this, I would have went.
Gotham Knights isn't even the best graphics.
Gotham Knight is the newest game outside Suicide Squad. Like, it's the newest game.
I don't think graphically, though, it's as good as some of the older ones.
Exactly. And so
crazy.
He's getting in. Then we start playing one of the older Batman games. He's like, why is the Joker following him around and just talking to him? Like, why can't he do anything? I was like, well, we should have finished the first game first. Like, this is just like a movie, man. Like, the first Guardians movie leads into the second and the third. Like, you know, these things are all connected. Okay. Like in Major League 1 and 2, you know, Pedro can't hit the curveball. Then you have Major League 2 where Pedro can't hit it all. Like, it's an evolution of the person. But that's it. Again, the video games is teaching him. And that's why I say, like, the video game time that I spend with my son is some of the best bonding that he and I do right now. And once he gets that, he's ADHD. So he also gets that dopamine fix that John and I always talk about with me. Like, I'm always looking for the dopamine fix. Once he gets that, he's willing to, we want to go outside? Cool, let's go. Like, he wants to go work out in the garage? Absolutely. Hey, can he help, he can't help weed eat or cut the grass, but he can help with the blower. Like, yeah, sure. Let's go do that. Like, he can do those things, and he wants to once he gets that same dopamine fix that kind of all of us that are ADHD go for.
I get a dopamine fix from talking football. And I wanted to this last segment, but a great story, very inspirational story from Josh, and a good combination of stories between you two.
This is the other thing for you. You're not at the point yet with kids, and I've been in your shoes. Trust me, there's a lot
I could talk for an hour about my kids and the moments that I have with them.
There's also the point about with you, because again, trust me, there's a lot of people in the Tennessee Valley that remember how I was when I was your age. And there's a lot of people in the Tennessee Valley, my wife being included, that can actually remember the moment when I said I didn't want to get married and I didn't want to have kids. Mm-hmm. And here I am. Been married since 2017, and I now have 3 kids.
Since the fidget spinner, you've been married.
Since the fidget spinner, yeah. Since my wife and I got married when Power Rangers had just come out. Since we want to connect it to that over a few hours ago, okay. Like, we've been married since then, and I'm a totally different person than when I was your age, and it's an evolution of that. But there will be a point in time when you have kids and you get married. Some believe it should be the opposite, those one should come before the other.
Yeah.
That you will sit and go, okay, I get this now. And I will tell you, as crazy as it sounds, my 6-year-old is probably my best friend in the world. Like, he absolutely is. And so this stuff, especially in the summer with him, 1000% worth it for me to leave immediately at work and just go home and hang out with him. Or hang out with my girls or anything like that. Like, it is all totally worth it. Even if I have to hear Wheels on the Bus 6 trillion times, like what happened yesterday. But phone lines are open to you.
My friend's kind of lame. He likes to listen to Wheels on the Bus.
Yeah, I mean, my luck, dude. Hey man, have you listened to that new album? Dude, if it's not from Coco Melon, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
256-576-97.7. We will be hopping into the phone lines to finish off the show. We do need to hit a break, though. And yes, I still want to talk about the ACC of the Big 12, Joe. We'll get to that when we come back here on the Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV.
Joe Hunk John Abraham, 256-576-4977. This is The Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know it's hot outside, so cool down with an upright or chest freezer in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get an under-counter ice machine with a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or how about a fridge out by the pool or in the garage for extra cold drinks? You can get a scratch and dent 18 cubic foot refrigerator for just $349 while supplies last. Go to owenappliance.com to learn more. That's owenappliance.com.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943. Member FDIC.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Listen to the Rocket City Trash Pandas all season long.
Swung on, rocketed, left center field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Martinelli at first. He's on his way to second, and he'll pull in. There's the first ever cycle in Trash Pandas history.
Trash Panda Baseball is only on Talk Radio WZZN.
Final segment, best segment of the Blitz. Joe Hunk, John Abraham.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back in about an hour. Tom Abraham Show. John, myself, Steve Moulton. We will be out at Baumhauer's today, broadcasting live. Gonna head down there here in just a little bit before everything. Try to get a little bit of some food beforehand. I did not bring food today just because I knew I was going to Baumhouse.
You enjoy that Baumhouse. I probably will have to go and grab some food at the house or something like that before that show.
So
you don't do the 3-show marathon without getting some food inside your belly.
No, so you can still get on the phone lines 256-576-4977, and always the final segment of the show brought to you by Bobcat of Huntsville.
No doubt about it. We wanted to get into some of the ACC and Big 12 teams that need to dig themselves out of a hole going into a 2025 season. And with the help of Bobcat of Huntsville, it's just that much easier. You guys can find Bobcat of Huntsville off of Highway 20 right next to the Harley-Davidson in near the Redstone. And you guys can get yourselves some pretty big, heavy equipment that's going to take you a long way, whether you're looking to just do some work on your land or, well, you have a business that really needs those big, heavy pieces of equipment, then you guys can find it all at Bobcat of Huntsville. But we do want to hit the phone lines up because we've got Wolverine Dan on with us. Wolverine Dan, how you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing quite well. I just got back from the motherland.
Nice.
Got all the good stuff, and we drove through Toledo. You know, that's the toilet. Because when I flushed from Detroit,
it's funny. I hear they had like the Italian football league's like championship game in Toledo for like the last 3 years.
What in heaven's name is that?
Yeah. And speaking of Toledo, hey, it's nice to walk out with a bunch of Benjis. Oh yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Casino while I was there, check this out. So while I was there, they got sports betting, right?
Yeah.
So you would think I would bet on the Lions. I think being that we lost 2 offensive coordinators and are starting center, I think we're going to have some issues. I don't know how far this is going to go.
Okay.
Anyway, so check this out. So I'm there in the sports betting, okay, and I thought, okay, I told my wife, I said, what should I do? We started talking. I said, you know what, I'm not going to do the Lions. So I opted away from that, and then I bet on my Detroit Tigers.
There you go, Lion, Tigers, and Bears.
Okay. That's right. So I put up $30, not a lot. I was, being cheap, but it's going to pay pretty good. But the point, and this is in my closing, the pitcher last night, I think it's Montego or Montiero. He pitched like I think they took him out around the 6th, maybe 7th or before then. But the thing is, he only had 60 some odd pitches. He really had masterful control of the ball. And then my question, and then I have a follow up to that. My question is, why do they take a pitcher out like that? That's obviously not struggling, got command of his control, and he, back in the day, Denny McLean, Mickey Loach, they used to go over 100 pitches. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe you can answer that. And then the other thing is that I believe the Lions before the trade deadline, they need to beef up a little bit more in the pitching, and they already have the bats. So I think if we could beef up a little bit more in the pitching aspect, meaning like relieving, I think this team has a very good chance of winning it all. Now, with that said, you still have the question about the pitch count. Now, and my one more thing is that I've already been Wolverine Dan. I've already been Natty Danny. And I'm thinking, how am I going to be a Tiger World Series Dan? I think that's too much.
That's wordy.
So I'm thinking, call me Commish Dan, because I believe the World Series trophy is called the Commissioner's Trophy. So you guys could call me Commish Dan.
Okay. I mean, maybe shorten it to just the Commish. We'll just call you the Commish.
Yeah,
Commish. There you go. I'm helping out with your name making. All
Well,
right.
thank you.
I like it.
It's going to happen. Now, answer that question about the pitch count.
All right. Good stuff from you, Wolverine Dan. He's talking about Kiter Montero. He's 25 years old, actually younger than I am. He went through 6 innings yesterday in that win against the Rays. And I see where he's coming from. I mean, these pitchers in the MLB, they just don't go as long as we've seen them in the past. Even in college baseball, we see guys go 125. Joe.
Yeah, that was a very extreme situation.
There's a few times when I saw it in the last few years where pitchers have gotten up there in college. In the MLB, this just does not happen. You are the baseball guy.
Well,
shed some light on this one.
There's a few things when it does come to arms. Okay, like with the way that baseball is, like we're talking about this. I know we do not have a time machine, but there's a reason why guys like Bob Gibson was so good. It's because he was throwing so much faster than what everybody else was. You remember, you can go back, just go back 20 years. Let's talk about this. How often did you ever see a Tom Glavine get over 95?
Hardly ever.
Like, how often did you ever see Greg Maddux get over 90? Like, John Smoltz was starting to hit the high 100s whenever he was or not high 100s, but high 90s whenever he was a closer, because he only had to worry about throwing for that short period of time. The wear and tear on an arm in 2025 is very different from what the wear and tear on an arm was in 1970 and 1960. The way in which that pitchers are throwing now, with the velocity in which they are throwing at times, it's a lot different. You also have to look at this as if you're Detroit, you pulled him in the 6th inning of a game that you were winning, that you eventually won 5-1. You were wanting him to be available in October. You have each arm, we don't know what it is. They only have so many innings in them.
Mm-hmm. Like the miles on a car.
They only have so many innings in them, especially with the way they're being utilized in 2025. You want those innings to be available in October,
and that's why
not in June.
And that's why you see perfect games or no hitters for one pitcher so rare. I mean, I know it still happens, but a lot of the times managers are thinking to themselves, "Oh, he's on track," but I kind of want to keep him ready for what we got going in the long run.
And when Montero got pulled, they were up 3-1, and I get that it's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
He's only pitched over 6 innings, maybe once or twice this season so far.
Conversation continues later
Playing
on.
for October.
Playing for October. We'll be back with the Tom Abraham
The
Show.
state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
This is Steve Moulton from 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and this is What's Happening. Be sure and download our app. Just search 977 ESPN in your Google Marketplace or your Apple Store, depending on your device. You can take us wherever you might go. And you can also check out our latest zone deals. Head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. The top left banner reads, Savings never tasted so good. Click on that, then enter in the Big Zone Deals store for half-off zone deals of Lawler's Barbecue, Sea Salt, Carrabba's Italian Grill, Bubby's Diner, Corlejos Mexican Grill, Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, Divergence, Full Moon Barbecue, Bigfoot Little Donuts, Hickory Store Barbecue, Good Company Cafe, Apple Lane Farms, the Decatur location, and rounds of golf at Cherokee Ridge Golf Course and Gunter's Landing. And that's what's happening.
Hello, listeners. I want to tell you a little bit about Minuteman Press and what we have to offer our community. We specialize in paper printing and can help from designing your piece to the finished product. We print media guides for many of the athletic departments at high schools and universities around the area. We typically purchase sponsorships from these schools as well to try and help them with their fundraising. Once we have reached our new normal, we also print all types of marketing materials for you to hand out either in person, via mail, or at various trade shows and events. At Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.